I wanted to cover 4 different domain providers, hosting companies that I've personally used all of them. And because I have paid for all of them and have used them and I'm an active customer, I thought it's important to me to just, for transparency purposes, share what they are. Now, I want to be very clear. If I was to just use one and only one, I would just go with Namecheap. Make your life easier. Namecheap is great. It does the job, all that good stuff. However, the other domain providers I've used are domain.com, Porkbun, Brixly, and VentraIP. VentraIP, I'm going to make your life a lot easier. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, that is probably the best one for you. This is a great company. I believe it's based in Melbourne, and it's an Aussie/ New Zealand-based domain and hosting provider. If you're outside of Australia and New Zealand, you actually can't buy a domain name from there anyway. So if you want to buy a .com.au domain name, which I do, then that's what you would use. So there is a use case for a .au website that I have, which is an incredible use case, which I will save to another video, which you're going to absolutely love. Now, this particular .au I bought from VentraIP. So VentraIP is great if you're in Australia, New Zealand for your domains, your website hosting, and also your professional email address. No worries at all. And they have really good support as well. So that's that. Porkbun, I have bought domain names from Porkbun. For whatever reason, it seems like Porkbun, if you want to buy a domain name, Porkbun is like the cheapest. So that's why Porkbun is great as well. I haven't used their hosting or the email hosting, so I don't really know, but just the domain name, they do have quite cheap prices. And domain.com, I bought domain names there because honestly, because their name was domain.com, when I started online, I thought I'm just going to buy it from there, basically. So that's why I have a lot of domains on domain.com, and it's honestly too much of a headache to try and move them all over. If I was to start over, I would just buy them all from Namecheap, but again, that's why I am kind of making a notable mention. Brixly is the software that I also use for domain and hosting. So for example, there is a personal reason why Brixly is something that I use, but it's not really relevant for me to even share in this video why I use it. It's just for transparency. I do want to share that I do use Brixly as well. So you could see that I've got a lot of domains and hosting providers that I've used: Namecheap, Porkbun, Domain, VentraIP, and all that. But if you're just getting started, look, just go with Namecheap. You're all sweet, but I just want to be transparent and open about it. In fact, this week, I bought a domain name from GoDaddy. Why did I do that? Because that particular domain name was actually an expired domain name that I could only buy through GoDaddy. So now I have a domain name of GoDaddy as well. I might move it over because I don't want to use GoDaddy. But again, the point is that the fact that I use different softwares doesn't mean you have to as well. So I think this is also important for me to share as well. So as you're listening to my education about what software to use and things like that, you're also not like, okay, Eran uses this, I should use this. Not necessarily. If you're getting started, Namecheap is great. Use that, eran.link/Namecheap. But I want to be open and transparent about the different options and what I have also used.